Chapter 20. A New Hope, Nier. Hey A2, I am going to fight some machines. I called out as I walked out the door and into the ever-present sunny world. I think the fact that the world is tide-locked is also contributing to my restlessness, and it's only thanks to being within a bunker and being in practically total darkness after we turn off the lights that have kept me from being restless at the lack of seeing a night sky. Seeing as A2 didn't have a pod and they needed one to keep an eye on me and such, the YoRHa group decided it would be best if E6 was left behind, which was currently following me as I waited outside the bunker for the freaking out androids to barrel out. Sir, why are you causing undue stress to Model A2 and healing models Devola and Popola? The pod asked me in its tone-deaf voice. Although the thought of their expression of me running off to try to punt a Goliath would be funny to see, there were other parts in play. I am making a statement of going out to train and get stronger rather than simply asking for their permission, as me being a viable combatant will be much more efficient than having multiple androids having to guard me when conflict arises. You assume large-scale conflict is assured and coming for you, sir? I simply nodded. This world is literally humanity's grave. Being prepared for when something inevitably tries to kill you is common sense. I thought dryly. Either way, I needed something to do other than simply playing video games and sleeping with my androids every day. Committing robotic genocide sounds like a viable hobby to me, honestly. A2 ran out of the bunker frantically looking for me, and seeing me literally sitting down on a lawn chair obviously waiting for her only seemed to tick her off as she stomped towards me. Oh, there's the twins behind her, I mused, seeing the much calmer twins following A2 at a more sedate pace, and seeing me wait for them only rolled their eyes in response to my antics. A2, before you get pissed, let me explain before you attempt to drag me back inside. I could see how my saying attempt made her eye twitch in irritation, but I could literally have my guardian pick her up and she, no matter what she did, would not be able to hurt it and would be helpless within its arms. I need to do something, as I am going stir crazy just sitting around and living such a leisure life. For a moment all three of them looked hurt at me, discounting their efforts at taking care of me, but I waved it off. It's not you guys at all, it's a human thing where we need to do stuff, otherwise, we just get depressed. Granted, in the modern world a good bit of that is made irrelevant due to how the internet constantly had new things being added and you had all the chances in the world to be social on there. But here in the world of Nier, a world destroyed by magic nonsense and being in constant dim sunlight. Simply put, the monotony was killing me. The twins walked over to me as A2 obviously had no idea how to comfort/help with my human issue, as androids were simply not built to get depressed after a couple weeks of monotony. They typically take at least a couple of centuries to burn out. Jake, going out to randomly fight machines won't accomplish anything, not to mention how dangerous it would be for you. Popola gently consoled me. Oh boy, I was almost about to lash out, saying something like, "Yeah, I know I won't accomplish much seeing as you lot couldn't deal with them after thousands of years." But I knew such a line would cut deeper than anything for my androids, so I took a deep breath and calmed down. Girls, I just feel like I need to do something other than sitting on my ass all day. A2 just face-palmed as she audibly sighed into her hands. Fine, if I escort you to fight some machines, you can't throw me under the bus when the other YoRHa models try to kill me for letting you do something so stupid. Before even the twins could lambaste her for allowing this, Commander White's voice drawled out from the pod E6 left behind. Yeah, don't worry, you will be going straight into the wood chipper, no need to worry about the bus, A2. The pod turned from lecturing A2 and faced me. Well, Jake, I may have a solution to your restless issue if you are interested in hearing it. I shrugged simply and then remembered how the pod may not even be streaming video. I spoke. Sure, go ahead. The whole of command has worked hard to retrofit a dropship to make it space viable, and we finished it a couple of days ago and have already tested it in re-entry as well as takeoff, so we are sure it's safe. Commander White explained, and despite how calm she sounded, I could tell she was very anxious to hear a positive answer. White, I would love to get the chance to go to outer space. I was already grinning at the thought, and likewise, I could tell the control room was celebrating the news of my coming, as White had to audibly mute the mic and failed the first couple of tries, letting the cries of victory ring out of the connection to the pod. Soon enough White left, saying she had preparations to make to welcome me, even with me telling her it wasn't necessary, but she was clearly either in her own world or ignoring me. Either way, I sighed as I walked back into the bunker, mentally exhausted at how my courage to go out and cause havoc was just swept away from me.